Ottawa Forest Products is located in northern Michigan. We manufacture pre-cut pallet components. So when you ship a load of pallets, you're shipping a lot of air, unless you ship a bulk of your product in condensed packaged form, such as pre-cut pallet components. And so we specifically focus on taking the natural resource from log and cut it up into little boards to get nailed into a pallet.
I said to Jim Sweet, I said, hey Jim, I said, you know what I want to do? I want to build a sawmill and a dimension plant and make pre-cut pellet stock. He looked at me and within 3 minutes, he says, you need a partner? I said, you betcha. The thing about Ironwood was the people were oriented towards sawmilling. They were pretty good workers. We were on Highway 51 in US 2, which led to Minnesota and Illinois and Wisconsin. We got the building up, we got the machinery in. We cut the first board on September 1st. It was a Friday afternoon. The mill was on fire and the fire department was there. When I saw the roof cave in, I just went home. We sat down with Chuck Baxter and Jim Sweet and I made an agreement that if he wanted to buy us out, he could. And I said, with the insurance that we got, we can rebuild this plant. Well, he wanted to rebuild. Chuck did.
You get a unique group of people that work at a sawmill. I've seen women do this job. I've seen folks in their 50s and their 60s do this job. And I've seen kids out of high school do this job.
I got in the industry in 1987.
I've been in the wood industry for over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
For almost 20 years.
The company started in 1992 and I started in 1993. So it's been about 28 years. We are a very tight-knit group.
I work with some very talented young men. They give me hope for the future.
We're given a good environment where we can let people branch out, learn, go beyond their normal comfort and skill levels and take on new things.
I got handed this paper. It's a picture and it says, someone's life will change because you came to work today. And I am a true believer of that.
I think the key message at Ottawa is we have strong people, we have a quality product, we have a quality service of getting that product of lumber to our customer.
I've always done business with Ottawa Forest Products. I can specifically remember we had corporate people in our office and a load of Ottawa cut stock pulled in. And my boss then pointed out that window and said, now there's a company that's proud of what they do.
A sawmill is one of those historical staple industries that's been here for decades and is going to continue to be here for decades.
The wood industry is probably one of the biggest employers in this area, from the loggers right to the end result.
It's in a good location, close haul for the product. It's beneficial to be able to move wood at a shorter distance because if you're stockpiling wood, you can get more loads hauled. We decided to buy our own machine. We ended up buying a Timber Pro. We just got done cutting a job. He cut over 1,000 cords in 15 days. Production is really well.
I wholeheartedly believe that the milling industry is very important to our area. It's what carries our area. And to be a part of that is something that's actually pretty neat.
Val and Jim and Dan, the original founders, they did a great job of putting this mill where it's at. They put it here for a reason. They put it here because the natural resource is abundant and the customer base is strategically located.
I like living up here in the Northwoods because I grew up in this city and the freedom here is better than anything you could ever ask for. The management here is very forthcoming. It's a very family-friendly company.
Since Rich has come around, there's been some big changes in production. I believe a lot of that is because of the way he handles people. He's very good. He's right in the mix with everyone.
I think as far as all the jobs that I've had in my life before, this is probably the best place that I've ever been. The management is really, really good.
Our management team here, I think, is an exceptional group of guys. Aaron Somro in finance and the controller has been extremely helpful on everything that we've done.
There's just huge assets here to work from and pull from.
As a subcontractor working for Ottawa Forest Products, it's pretty much still a team effort.
Aaron Rutzela, the vice president, phenomenal individual. Many things that have happened that I wouldn't have been able to do without him.
Not only are we production supervisors and managers, we can also be coaches, you know, and life coaches and counselors, and because they do come to talk to you, you know.
We have the infrastructure in place to be a key component to somebody's supply chain. They don't realize that when COVID was going on and these grocery store deliveries were happening, they were happening because the freight and the component, that whole supply chain relied on moving freight of pallets that came from our manufacturing facility. The reality is you can't give something you don't have. So we're constantly working to try to get an extra percent or 1.5% or 2% on the back end so that we can turn around and turn that into better automation, you know, better working environments, higher wages, and all these benefits. You know, Entree Leadership says it like this. It said, a rising tide raises all ships. And it's so true. You know, we want to be a part of that rising tide. To say that this is where we're headed, this is where we're going, give the opportunity to the employees to see that and to grow with us and hopefully be a part of that rising tide. And we welcome the opportunity to share that with you.